And we're back with another episode. How's it going, guys? I'm your nerdy bearded buddy, and I'm back with Sanity this month to talk about some video game movies. My question is pretty much the title of this video. Are video game movies getting better? And the short answer is yes. We've had plenty of bad movies in the past. Like, we're not any stranger to them. Like the original Super Mario Bros. Movie, Street Fighter, Need for Speed, and just more bad movies like that. That being said, we've also had some movies that, although they're not critically acclaimed, they've been pretty successful to actually spawn sequels. Tomb Raider with Angelina Jolie, and we've had the Resident Evil series. And while these are not perfect movies, these are a lot of people's guilty pleasure movies. But the issue here is none of them actually stood out. None of them were raved about. Until now. We're in a very special time with movies. And TV shows for that matter, because we've gotten some amazing adaptations. Of course, it's not been all smooth sailing. I'm looking at you, Halo, and the Borderlands movie. But for the most part, we've had some bangers. Let me just name a few. We've gotten The Last of Us TV show, the Sonic movies, Arcane, Super Mario, the new animated film, Rampage, Uncharted, and Five Nights at Freddy's. And let's not forget Fallout. What makes these so successful? And I've been thinking about this for a while, and I think this is why video game movies and TV shows are getting so much better, which is awesome for us. Obviously nowadays, the biggest difference is that movies and TV shows are actually being made by people who truly know the video games and actually care for them. So for instance, The Last of Us was co-written and co-showrun by the writer of the game. Mario was a co-production with Nintendo. I'm pretty sure the Sonic movie director actually worked on some of the CGI scenes for the previous game. So a lot of these people working on movies now actually know the video games and the source material. And this is so different because back in the day, a lot of the movies made early on that were really bad were just made by Hollywood with no input from people who made the games. Because gaming was not a huge, big thing like it is today. Gaming is one of the most expensive forms of entertainment and media, and it's very lucrative in the business. So it's been taken very seriously nowadays. But I think it's also important that these video game people are working with TV and movie people because they go hand in hand. For instance, Neil Druckmann, who wrote The Last of Us, also co-ran the series, and he was saying in an interview that pretty much there were some things that co-showrunner Craig Mazin actually did that he never would have thought to do in the series that translated really well to the screen that maybe wouldn't have done so well in the video game, and vice versa. And so I think these two working hand in hand to have a successful show or movie, you need someone that is intimately involved with the show and movie process and trying to adapt a game to that medium. But then you also need someone who's intimate and really knows the video games and the lore, because they go hand in hand. I truly think that nowadays too, on the other side of the coin, we have a new generation of directors and producers, really, because they more than likely have grown up with video games, and so they already have a love and respect for it too. And let's face it, as an IP like a video game becomes more valued monetarily, it starts attracting a lot more budgets in terms of lots more money and attracting talent. And that's actors, writers, producers, directors. So the more talent and the more serious it's taken, the better the adaptation, hopefully. That brings me to another point. The movies back then, they all have a common theme. They did not follow or stay true to the games they were based on. And people had a problem with that. Nowadays, you can see a lot of respect being put in to the source material, which is the video games. And in my brain, it's so clear with things like Halo and Borderlands, when the studio has just gotten too involved and they've had too much control by people who don't care about the game, and they're just you know what, let's just try and make a quick buck. And then you've got shows like The Last of Us and Fallout and Five Nights at Freddy's, all made by people that have either made the games or had involvement with the games, and they really care for it. And it really shows in the quality of the story, the writing, and the respect to the source material. It's also super important that studios listen to the fans, because when the first Sonic movie trailer came out, he looked really weird like this, and the fans backlashed, and the studio listened and actually changed the look of Sonic, which is important for the studio to listen when making a faithful adaptation of a video game. which is so beloved. Also, just real quick, I think that with the exception of a few, showrunners and filmmakers are becoming more aware of what formats and mediums are best to use. Will it be animated? Will it be live action? Will it be a movie? Or will it be a TV series? All this plays a crucial part in some of the success of a video game, movie, or TV show adaptation. That's just my thoughts on if video game movies are getting better. What do you think? Do you agree? What are your thoughts in the comments below? Let me know. If you haven't already, like and subscribe, share the video around, it really helps. What's your favorite video game movie? Let me know too. Alright guys, as always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.